There's new fallout from Tuesday's massive global ransomware attack. Hackers crippled computers and demanded users pay a $300 ransom to restore access to their data. So far, no one has claimed responsibility. James F. Fox is a risk assurance leader with PricewaterhouseCoopers Cybersecurity. Thank you so much for joining us. Is there any indication at all as to who may have been behind this attack?
Not yet. Attribution's always hard. And because the tools that were used to do this are literally available all over in the public and millions of people have the skill to do this, I think it will take a while to figure out who did it. The first thing is follow the motive and then see where the money goes. That's probably the best bet. So
what's the difference between this one and the WannaCry virus that was launched in May?
Nothing radically different. It's just a slightly better technology that they've used. There's a couple ways that it can infect faster, but in effect it's pretty much the same tactic and the same kind of software and platform. It takes advantage of a weakness in the machine.
We know that the NSA computer codes, hacking tools were leaked and released into the dark web. Are you surprised that this is becoming more prevalent, and is the NSA, have they done enough to prevent any sort of future leaking of these types of codes?
Well, I think there's a big demand for this type of software out there. And the darknet is a market like anywhere else. So where there's a need, there'll be people that fill the need. In this case, they found free tools from the NSA, but those tools are always going to be out there. So what really drives this is more around if they can continue to make money doing this, then they'll find the tools.
We know that Ukraine appears to have also been a primary target. I mean, we're talking here about crucial infrastructure, central banks, airports, public transportation, even the Chernobyl power plant may have been impacted. How vulnerable would you say is America's critical infrastructure?
Well, many countries such as the US, France, the UK have been looking at critical national infrastructure cyber issues for a long time because it's old legacy systems and those are the most vulnerable. We and other countries have a lot of plans and efforts, and we practice all the time on how to recover from these, but they're going to be vulnerable. So what's more important is how do you recover from it, how do you stop it from spreading? And if a country hasn't identified what those recovery methods are, then it can be very debilitating. But most of the major countries, if you look at the executive orders in the UK and the US, they realize the problem and there's a lot of investment going in to protect against it.
What are you most worried about?
I'm most worried about the fact that people see these as one-off attacks, and they don't think about how you stop this in the long run. It's only going to get worse. There's too many people that know how to do this, and people don't treat it like a risk. They haven't started. It's part of daily life now. So you have to learn how to protect yourself and to recover from these. It's a risk, and you need to start managing it. It's the new status quo, and I'm worried that people still think that these are one-off events, and they don't do the changes they need to protect on the long run.
The new status quo. James Fox, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.